What's up?
This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
Podcast.
Oh.
Period. All right. Breaking news. We are recorded in person, y'all.
Yeah, y'all ain't heard me sound this clear in so long, so what's up?
Like the sound quality is giving confrontational.
Yeah. We back in the game, so all you other podcasts out there.
Okay, chill. We need allies.
We can be allies and still be beefing. I was playing.
Oh my God. Well, welcome to my side of town.
I've been over here before.
I said that. Oh, you talking about? I'm talking about in my house.
I've been here plenty of times. I just haven't been here since the panoramic.
Oh,
the panoramic.
I don't know.
I came over here to drop off something, but I didn't come in.
Right, and that's what I'm saying, inside my house.
But I've been in here before.
Okay,
plenty of times.
Let me run the tapes back, honey.
Yeah, we recorded in here like 6 or 7 times.
Okay. That's crazy.
I know.
That's how effed up 2020 was. I don't know. All I remember is one day I was flying to California and I told my job I was sick, and then I came back and it was a real reason to be sick.
Yeah.
Even though I wasn't really sick. And then boom.
You just couldn't go to work no more.
Right, basically. All right, cool. So what's going on, Draco?
It has definitely been a hot girl spring. My air went out a week ago. And I've been sitting in a hot house, so I had to go to the leasing center because, first of all, the way these new apartments work, everything is online, and sometimes that could be, it's a gift and a curse. I be needing people to hear my tone.
Okay, no, for real, you gotta explain.
I need to explain. Like I used that app when I first moved in because I heard my neighbors upstairs fighting. And I was looking at like all the requests I put in, and I was like, "Oh dang, I forgot to happen." But put the request in a week ago, and my air was still not on. So I went and like just told them. I went down there. I'm like, "Listen, I don't think y'all understand how uncomfortable this is. Like, I cannot sleep when it's hot. Like,
so was it just your unit, you think, or it was?
Yeah. Okay. Honestly, what I think it was, because this happened to me in the old house. The filter, it needed to be changed.
Oh, okay.
Because
yeah,
it
that
would
needs
still
to be changed
blowing.
like every 3 to 6 months. Too.
Yeah. So it was like it'll still be blowing, but it wasn't no cold air coming out at all. Like my house was 80 degrees for a week.
First of all, that means they ain't changed that filter probably in over a couple years, because I change my filter out regularly, and sometimes I look at it, I'm like, do I need to change this? Because it don't even.
You don't run your air though.
It was running I just don't run it real cold. I keep it on like 74, 75. But I run my heat, you know what I'm saying? I run something year round, and my filter don't ever be that dirty. And but I know that if you leave it like over a year, it will definitely be black. So for yours to have blocked the temperature in your house, that means they probably never ever, and that could make you sick. Cause filters get rid of the allergens. Like it filters the air. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And I can feel it. That's why I didn't really want to be in my house. Like, my house is so dirty right now. Like, it's not like my dishes are clean and stuff like that, but I'm saying, like, I was doing my laundry. I didn't even feel like moving around because it was so hot in there, and it just felt funny. Yeah. And I also feel like when people don't run their air, make their house smell stink.
It smell moist, right?
Yeah, it just, I don't know. So
yeah,
I
it's
just
weird. I do keep the air circulating because you don't want that moisture. It leads to mold and all that weird stuff. But I don't like to be cold. Though. You ain't gonna ever come up in here and it's gonna be 69 degrees on my AC. It's got to be 150 degrees. But I will say this one thing I've learned. It's about where you live at. Because when I had my townhouse, I had to have my AC in the 60s because heat rises, and upstairs it used to get
I live on the top
hot.
Floor. So
yeah, so it makes sense. Yeah, and I'm surrounded by trees, so I don't get a lot of like heavy sunlight, so I can get away with like 74, 75 degrees.
That's the problem. I literally live on the side of the apartments with the most sun, and I live on the next to the last floor. So I live high, and well, not too high, but it's up. Yeah. So it was so hot in there. Like, it was 80 degrees in my house for a week.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a mess.
Yeah, I would be uncomfortable. Like, it's one thing to be kind of warm, but the warm in the house don't be the warm outside. Like, it's just a whole different thing. So.
But yeah, I had to go down there and tell them, and then the lady told me, she was like, somebody will be there to fix it today. And I'm like, okay, they never came. And so when I was getting my hair done this morning, I called them. I'm like, hey, I came by there yesterday. Y'all told me I said, I just need the accuracy of when. She was like, wait, it was the girl who actually moved me in. Mm-hmm. She was like, let me call him right now. Stay on the phone. I'm finna see. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Get it right. She picked up the phone. She said, he's actually in your apartment right now. I said, so y'all want to go tell me? Cause
guess what? He probably wasn't. He probably like, let me go right now. Oh, okay.
The thing is, I'm like, on the app, I requested, I said, do not enter unless you contact me first. Nobody contacted me.
Oh, brother. Yeah, I feel like, I had a terrible experience with my one leasing office, and that's what made me so happy to be an owner, because it's like, you know what, honey? For the time it took, I could have fixed it, y'all could have reimbursed me.
In the apartments that we lived in?
Yeah.
Well, oh, yeah.
They wasn't bad at first until they got new management. And then
they wasn't bad when I was there. I just got evicted.
Okay, cool. So, all right. Let's get into the Black Business of the Week.
Whoa there. Okay, so I'll just overshare all the time. I don't care. We ain't there no more.
Who is we, baby? I've never been evicted.
Me and all my personalities.
Okay, cool.
So, one of my longtime friends, Dave Tom, I've been friends with Dave Tom since MySpace. He's a DJ, but he just came out. He also works at like high-end boutiques in Philly. So he now has his own line of apparel, and he just started it. He just started it January of this year. So he has like trucker hats and hoodies, but he's more so known for his trucker hats because they're so high. Like the quality of them is just amazing. So it's a good quality. It's very creative. Like his most recent hat that he did is like the Pink Panther, and it says the Pussy Wagon. I don't know if everybody watched Kill Bill, but of course that's where he got it from.
I never seen Kill Bill, but I heard about how good it is. So one day it's on my list.
Yeah,
I watch it at 5:00 in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah. It's scary.
It ain't scary. So he has a Kill Bill / Pink Panther themed trucker hat that comes in 2 colors. They sold out the first day, like the pre-order sold out.
You want us to support? I'm just playing.
I'm just saying, like it's for him to have a new brand, like for people to just flock it like that. I think that's fine.
No, I feel you.
So, his brand is called Never Been Concepts on Instagram. Just started. We got shirts too now. I just seen this. Okay. I'm gonna have to tap in. Anywho. But yeah, so check him out on Instagram. It is Never Been Concepts. And of course, we're gonna leave it in the description box so y'all can just click it, copy and paste, however you do it. But just go buy it.
And I want to speak of the description box. I'm not sure if y'all noticed the Apple did update the podcast app. It's a little odd. You used to be able to swipe up to read the episode notes, but now you actually have to tap on the episode name, and then it'll take you to a new screen. So if y'all are a little bit confused as to how to get the information, it's still there. You just kind of got to take a different route.
Okay.
All right, cool. So let's get into tweets from the streets. I got tweets from the streets today.
What you got?
You got one?
No.
Okay. Well, this is kind of a throwback situation. But today is the 25th, and just a disclaimer, y'all, it's a little morbid, but it might be a little bit nostalgic too. But anyway, y'all, basically 25 years ago today, there was a plane crash on the ValuJet airline. Do you remember ValuJet?
No.
Oh my goodness. So I remember when this was in 96, so I had to be in the first grade. First grade, that's when I was living in East Point when I went to Mount Olive, gang. But I had a neighbor that, I think she had to be a flight attendant for ValuJet. I don't know. I just remember every time we saw a ValuJet plane fly by, because, over there you by the airport, so you see the plane real close. I used to be like, oh, there goes such and such. But anyway, ValuJet was the Spirit Airlines of the 90s. Okay. Basically. But they had a very infamous history of like not being safe. They were so cheap that they did a lot of things to cut their costs that was frowned upon. Like they got refurbished planes, Spirit Airlines. They contracted out their staff instead of having people on payroll, which means you got a lot of different people from a lot of different standards. They don't have the same training. They probably don't care as much. And so, anywho, basically on this day, 25 years ago, the plane crashed and killed all 110 people on board. But the way that this plane crashed is basically somebody loaded 144 outdated oxygen generator canisters from another plane and put it onto this plane and then labeled them as empty. but they were not empty. And so basically the plane took off, it ignited a fire in the cabin and it took off. So while the plane was in air, I think it was only in the air for like 10 minutes. The pilot was like, hey, it's a fire in the cabin. We about to land we're going to land in Miami or whatever the case is, or wherever they were. Oh yeah. The flight was leaving Miami to Atlanta. They were basically going to try to turn around and fix the issue, but it crashed in the Everglades. If y'all know, the Everglades is like mushy, mossy waters, full of gators and stuff like that. It's actually really freaking sad, y'all, but I was just curious to know if you remember ValuJet. But yeah, and that's after my little one experience with Spirit Airlines. Not that I think that the standards for airlines are probably a lot better now. And just to add, ValuJet was actually purchased by AirTran.
I remember AirTran.
Yes, and ValuJet was only in business for about 5 years, and you know they were based in Clayton County.
What?
Yeah,
I mean, well, that is where the airport is.
Okay, but anyway, so yeah, that's what happened. They got purchased by I might be tripping, but I feel like Southwest Airlines and AirTran are related. Let me look it up. It says AirTran Airways and parent AirTran holders were acquired by Southwest. Okay, that's what I figured. I remember when Southwest first came to Atlanta and they bought. So basically, Southwest is ValuJet, and I knew it was a reason why I ain't like Southwest Airlines.
Is Southwest the one where you get unlimited bags or free bags rather, or is that American?
I don't know who got unlimited bags, but I do know that on Southwest, your seat is based on if you check a bag or not. Like they don't assign seats.
Yeah, it's not assigned seat.
Yeah, I do not. Now, don't get me wrong. I never felt like super cheap vibes from Southwest, but the idea of their business model makes me nervous. So I'm gonna stick to Delta.
Yeah, I've honestly just over time just really appreciated how organized Delta is when it comes to flights. Like I've had certain situations and where
safe. Don't forget safe.
Safe, yeah, for sure. But I definitely was one of those people who used to just buy plane tickets based off the price. But
me too.
I've the last couple times I've rode on Spirit, for one, it was uncomfortable. For two, my flight has gotten delayed. Like, I don't know if that's a normal thing with Spirit.
Flight delayed, canceled, no notice, no information.
Yeah.
Sitting there and the plane be right there.
I don't know if you remember, but I flew Spirit coming and going to Costa Rica when we went because I had got my...
I flew.
I know. But my friend actually is a flight attendant for Spirit, so she always gives me tickets.
Yeah.
So
did you and Zay do Spirit?
Yeah.
Okay, so I flew Delta by myself to Costa Rica.
Oh, now it's me because I'm the only person that's flying Delta.
Baby, when I went on my cruise ship to Jamaica and the Cayman Islands, my cousins all flew Southwest, and guess what I did? I came to see them at their little Southwest gate and went right on back to Delta, baby. I will see y'all in Miami.
Oh my God! No, I remember I flew. Now going to Costa Rica, it wasn't an issue. Coming back home, we had a layover in Fort Lauderdale, and just know I was supposed to land in Atlanta at 9 p.m. and I landed in Atlanta at 4 a.m.
Dang. Oh, I don't even. Do I remember that?
And
then I remember coming back and having global entry. I was back home within 15 minutes of getting on the airplane.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't got global entry, but I do got clear, so hopefully that helps me.
Maybe when I don't know about coming back in, but yeah. So I'm like you. When I first started traveling for real, I had a bad impression of Spirit before I flew with them. But what ended up happening is I had a flight that previous week through I want to say it was American Airlines, and they had canceled my flights returning and coming back, and it was a 1-day trip, so I ended up not being able to go. But I wanted to go real bad. It was to Chicago, and I ended up finding a Spirit flight for the same price, and I was like, oh my God. But I did it. And don't get me wrong, I didn't necessarily feel unsafe, but it was just the quality of experience. This is my thing. Flying is unnatural.
Yeah.
So if you about to have me up in God's blue skies, I need to be feeling okay with my experience. And my flight coming back, it was like plastered with stickers. It was just like, is this the Magic School Bus?
Oh my, yeah, it definitely is something.
Yeah, I didn't like it. And I understand like people don't like because you got to pay for every little thing. And to me, okay, just listen, sweetheart, fly. You want a good experience if you in the sky. If you going on the glory, at least go in style. Cause them folks said Spirit was a flying casket, and I couldn't. Truer words hadn't been spoken.
I flew Delta last week, first class for like the third time. Mm-hmm. But I flew first class during the pandemic, so of course they wasn't giving out like blankets, food. So I never got to experience the full experience.
Super lightweight, honey, but that's a nice. I got a few of them if you want them.
Oh, they be taking them back whenever I had them. But in
that's
the past,
funny because I just used to grab them out the packet and walk right off the airplane with them in my. Cause
they reuse them, but I guess they can't do that no more. But they was like, "Oh, don't take it." I'm like, "Okay," but yeah, like the snack box that they got now, it's upgraded for first class. And then I was like, oh, so they just started back doing drinks like alcoholic beverages and food. Seats. Yeah.
Yeah, when I flew to Cincinnati, we definitely got a snack bag. We had a nice little variety. I'm not the person that's really crazy about those Biscoff cookies, but I do like Cheez-Its and little snack bar. I had a Cliff Bar, which wasn't bad.
The first class snack box is like a premium market fresh box.
Oh yeah, now that I remember, when we went to Costa Rica, I had got a meal on my flight.
So, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
And I was very much economy class.
I was like, okay, this is
Listen,
cute.
It makes a difference, especially if you flow cheaper airlines before flying Delta. Even sometimes being at the gate, they're like engaging. It's just different, and for that, I will forever be a Delta flyer. Please, y'all don't ever go bankrupt ever again.
I hope not either. I definitely had to pay like almost $300 more for my ticket to the DR this weekend than everybody else. But honestly, I don't care. Because I'm flying Delta.
Oh yeah, so what? I don't.
And
care.
I'm flying straight because I didn't want a layover.
Yeah,
so I was like, I want to do
straight. No budget airlines. I'm sorry. I did fly Frontier to Vegas. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad
from
as Spirit.
Atlanta.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as Spirit, but I still wouldn't fly them again.
I think that's what I did.
Yeah.
The thing is, I used to fly Frontier a lot, but I only flew Spirit like once or twice.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to the.
I'll fly both of them to Miami in like 30 minutes, but it's cheap. But you don't pay for flights anyway.
Period, and I mean it. Okay.
So,
hello.
But if I'm going to Miami, I get on a Spirit flight. It's like 30 minutes from there. But
you fly on Spirit and you become one.
Oh. You know what? You take stuff too far.
Okay, let's get into shop talk. All right, so what you got?
Before we get into the one that everybody
not the
know,
two, baby.
That everybody know we're gonna bring up. It's actually been a lot of weird relationship. First of all, let me just talk about this. I just came across this in my phone. Have y'all seen the boy who tried to make a statement with his graduation photos?
Oh my God.
Dressed up as a slave.
Yeah, embarrassing. He's setting us back.
Like,
he want, what people doing everything people do photography wise is for the gram, and that's it. Because he would not have done it if he was gonna be on Tag or Bebo.
I just don't understand that.
Yeah, me either.
I just don't understand it. Also, I was reading an article about Pop Smoke's killer. I think it's very sad that he was 15 and he said he killed that man for his Rolex.
Listen, I think about this all the time when I see robberies happen. Like the stuff that they be stealing, sometimes they don't even be knowing what they about to steal. But the fact that it's a Rolex, something that if we really wanted to, we could all have access to buying a Rolex. Don't get me wrong, they are expensive. But you killed this man. And now you ain't got no Rolex or freedom.
And something, because I'm not really a watch person, so I don't really know too much about him. I heard from somebody that has watches. They told me that when you add those diamonds in it, it depreciates the value, and it doesn't, because usually a Rolex is an investment, so you can make money off of it if you sell it over time. You know what I'm saying? So.
Just like folks who ice out their Apple Watches. You can't get no warranty off that, boo.
I was going to do that. But
go ahead. And your watch.
I wouldn't do it.
Okay. Go ahead, though, with your little story. I'm just playing.
No, I was saying that those watches are like $35,000, but the ones that are bust down are only 17.
And Plain Jane is giving what? 5,000-ish, 3,000-ish.
Yeah.
Like, it's so sad. And I just really hate that a watch became that important to this young man. And he might have been doing a mission for somebody else.
Yeah.
But either way, it's like y'all wanted his role. Y'all want to, he in his big old house. He probably got money, guns, cars, and you wanted the what? Not that you should have wanted any of those things, but it's just really embarrassing that that somebody lost their life, and two people lost their life technically for something like that.
Yeah. it's a mess. And I've noticed that a lot of these crimes that are happening these days are from kids.
Yeah, they are, man. It's always little kids that they be doing these carjackings and all these shootings. It's really sad. It's embarrassing, man. Stuff like that makes me afraid to have kids. And obviously, I know that every kid isn't that way. But I just feel like these younger kids have a lot less to care for. They don't care about nothing. Like, they just whatever.
It ain't just the kids, it's the adults.
Exactly. So I wanted to talk about Asian doll.
Oh my God.
Basically she made a tweet or something on the terms of, I'm for sure gonna pick my baby daddy wiser because Jada getting all the Birkins and cars that she can dream of. First of all,
I want the Lord to release my babies of the shackles of Birkin bags and materialistic things that as a whole. Like,
my thing is, because this is the same person who just tweeted or posted about having Birkin money. She got Birkin pussy. But she wants to find a man that can give her the same thing she can give herself and not the respect that you feel like you should have. And I'm not talking, because people in the comments was like, what about marriage? I don't think marriage to me is not, if you don't want to get married, you don't want to get, that's a whole different subject. But when it comes down to laying on the table and giving birth to somebody's child, like really create a permanent lifestyle with somebody in that aspect, and you really want to pick him wisely because you want him to buy you purses and cars, stuff that you can literally get for yourself. I mean, Jada has been embarrassed by Lil Baby. It might look nice to be in these pictures with all these material things, but it's like, that don't mean nothing when you been disrespected. It don't mean a goddamn thing. And it's crazy. Like, you want to get pregnant to get a purse and a car?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This new generation of people, they are very, like, and it's so crazy the influence that social media has on people's lives. Like, literally their lives outside of the gram is always just circling back to Instagram. So it's like, do you genuinely want this stuff, or do you genuinely like this stuff, or is this the thing that's popular on Instagram? And I think that for me, the more older I get, the less I want to have friends because of things like that. Like, I'll sit around my friends, and this isn't me bashing them, but I just listen to certain things, and in my head, I'm like, what? Like, you would, because, and I don't want people to ever think I'm being funny, because I've definitely been a victim of me, like, just seeing something all the time and then I wanted it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I mean,
it happens. That's not uncommon.
Yeah, and I'm like, I have to kind of take myself out of my own body and be like, do I really want this, or is it just popular, or is it just like the current trend? But I ask my friends all the time, because I'm like, dang, like, you really, that's how you think?
Yeah.
Like, you really think like, oh, this is the new hot thing. This is the new da-da-da-da.
That becomes more valuable than like stability in real life. That's scary.
And I think that for me, I'm always trying to figure out like, how can you like capitalize off of that. So I have no problem with people that keep up with trends, because it's people that make money off of that. Like, people,
the company that sells it.
Yeah, like, that. Not only that, like it's like influencer companies or jobs as an influencer where you can make review videos, you can put together outfits, and people will pay you to wear this stuff or just to give an honest review on it. And I'm like, why don't you look into doing that? And they're like, no. All I hear is, no, I just want to look like everybody else. That's it.
That is embarrassing, actually.
Listen,
all of y'all are broke, influencing the broke. And I mean, not that these people are broke per se, but 9 times out of 10, people who are really getting this stuff is not really that. They so busy getting their money is they don't even have time to be creating a false image. I always say, I can't wait to see these folks around retirement. When we 50, 60 years old, God willing, we all make it that far. But it's like, what do you have to show for your time on this earth besides what you get, the lights? Because literally they're going to be passed. After they double tap, it's another picture.
Yeah.
It's like, it's crazy. It's actually embarrassing. Listen. Now, when I do post on IG, I obviously take my picture for the gram, but I literally post experiences.
I think, see, for me, I definitely am a person that's into fashion. Like, I actually went to school for that at one point. I ain't graduate because of situations, but, I'm definitely... Okay. I was trying to keep it cute, but yes, because of jail. But I do feel like, I still shop at a thrift store to this day. Yeah. Like, I literally was mad today because I wanted to go to the thrift store.
You used to still at the thrift store, so I can see why you want to shop there.
That wasn't me.
You used to switch them tags out. Now,
that's not stealing, is it?
Yes, it's stealing. What's that?
I didn't like put the clothes in my bag. Now switch the tags on.
I remember us being at a restaurant. And the lady was like, "This don't.
Golly.
This sweater is not a pair of drawers. Something ain't right."
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. My bad.
But I literally shop at like thrift stores. I shop on sales racks, all these type of things, and I just know how to piece my stuff together. I understand that everybody don't give that. Everybody not a fashionista that can't figure it out like that, and I get it because I do spend money on my shoes, and that's just because I be wanting my shoes to last a long time.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I get so sad that I watch people. I won't even say go broke, but pretty much go broke just to create a look or a false image. Just to say you have this stuff or just to look as if you have money.
Yeah.
And I think that is just so ignorant. Like, I think that's so ignorant.
Empty.
It's like, what would make you want to just look like you have money and not actually have it? Like, I know people who...
Ain't that crazy? Don't you actually want money?
Yeah. Like, what's the looking like it for? Like, I don't know. But it's just because celebrity culture is just more accessible because of Instagram. Like, we all are a part of Instagram, and they feel like since they're doing it and it looks easy to get, they should have it as well. But I also people don't even realize that these companies give these celebrities this stuff for free because they know that this is what y'all gonna do. So these people aren't even paying for their own clothes, even when it comes to jewelry, even when it comes to surgeries, because at this point, I don't even think, like, just hearing the conversations, I don't even think that people get surgery for the most part just because they genuinely want it or need it.
It's for Instagram.
It's a money thing. It make you look like you got money.
Oh my God.
Like that.
I was just looking at this TikTok of this girl, like, basically saying like how to get an Instagram body, like to get surgery.
Yeah.
An Instagram body?
Yes.
An app body?
Yes.
A mobile app body?
Like, they get their body done in their same shape because that's just the popular body shape. That is the get money girl body.
That's
these
crazy.
People who have these bodies, they attract men with money that they probably done stole, laundered something, or whatever they get it, or they attract rappers.
Got some friends who had some pandemic bodies. She definitely got she said that her surgery was paid for by a pandemic boy.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? Like, it's just so many different things.
I definitely wanted surgery at one point, but it had nothing to do with social media. I always, before BBL was a thing, I used to wish that there was something like BBL. I'm like, why can't I fat? But I'm just glad I don't want it no more. I literally don't. It's just not even that serious. I don't care. Now, I do wish I had a little booty, but my daughter gonna have a flat booty just like her mama. So
oh my God,
we just gotta let that one ride.
My thing was the teeth. I never really wanted surgery because I'm scared to go under.
Yeah.
I'm really scared of that. But I did want my teeth done. I still do want my teeth done. And it's because I don't think I have bad teeth, but I always just wanted perfect teeth. So I've had braces before, and it worked. Like, my teeth are really straight. I just have a gap. And I don't know. I just really want perfect teeth. And now that I'm getting older, the dental work that I got as a teenager is now falling apart. So, like, my fillings are coming out. My teeth are chipping. So, like, I'm like, you know what? I really need to get my teeth fixed. But while I'm getting them fixed, I might as well just go ahead and make them perfect. Like, I just want to walk out there looking like a Barbie. But it ain't just because I'm on Instagram and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, it's just something you want for yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like teeth have definitely become a trend, but it ain't even for the reason that you feel like. They just want, some people actually have quote unquote perfect teeth and they still go and get it. They want the fake look. Like that's what not my ortho, but one of my dentists was telling me. And I know I complain a lot about my braces, but my smile art, y'all ain't seeing me.
Exactly.
It's about to be there. It's almost there. I ain't talking about the straightness. I'm talking about when I smile and y'all just see my top row of teeth, it's giving. I'm like, oh. I complain about how they put them brackets on my teeth, but baby, I see the light. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I am too. Because my teeth, I look at my teeth before I got braces, and I didn't even notice it before because I didn't think nothing was really wrong with my teeth. But I literally had spaces in all my teeth, all my teeth, and me pulling them together.
Rolling Ray.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Me pulling my teeth together made my teeth even. It looked like somebody shaved my teeth down. I can't explain it.
Oh wow, okay.
Like, my whole bottom row is like even. And it was never like that before. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with my teeth, but I do like really want perfect teeth. Honestly, I feel like.
I mean, you see what it did for Mr. Big.
Yeah, and I feel like that people take you more serious when you have nice teeth.
Yeah, I always say this, but there was this older white lady I met at my old job, and she always told me, she was like, your teeth are gonna be your best investment. She said she had a $10,000 mouth, and I ain't mad at her. And she was like 70, 80-ish. Her teeth looked great, and I didn't think nothing. I just complimented her teeth, but she was like telling me about. She was like, girl, this was a lot of work, but you're right though. Teeth are the first. That's for real. The first impression. Like an ugly person can be attractive with nice teeth.
No,
not with surgery.
Yeah, you can really fix an image with teeth,
yeah.
And I think that's just my goal with it. Like I think that would just like elevate my look.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm all about it.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, it's not just, I don't know. Social media make you feel kind of guilty about liking stuff like that.
Because they're weird.
Because it's, because they just take it to a different level. But that's another story for another day.
Okay, well, speaking of another day. Oh, go ahead. You had another thing.
So I have something to say about this Saweetie situation, about her going to artist development camp to, get better at what she's doing. So for one, I really love that, honestly, because it's so many people that's in the industry these days, and I call them microwave artists, where they just come out with music, just they genuinely don't want to be a rapper, or they probably do want to be a rapper or a singer, and they just don't have the training to do that. Like our previous generation, like Beyonce and
the Jackson 5,
but even beyond them, like Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, they grew up in an era where people's parents like invested in classes to teach them how to dance, to teach them how to do like breathing control. And I think that it makes the artists these days look lazy, because it's like, we are paying you for entertainment. Or that's just how you make money. That's your thing. And I understand that at the end of the day, talent is what's going to get you through the door. But apparently not, because there's so many people out here that just making just bull crap and making millions of dollars off of it.
Yeah.
So I respect it, because I think that she gets a lot of slack because of the rappers now, in female rap. A lot of the girls are really talented. And Saweetie is one of those people, in my opinion, that is just like...
creative.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Pretty, beautiful gowns.
But I think that she knows that, and she realizes that, so now she's in there. But people was like talking about her because she was on a Santa Monica Pier the other day and she performed. And honestly, the first thing that came to mind, I'm not gonna lie, was that time that Lil Mama got she got booked at that pool party. But in my head, I'm like, to be honest, this is probably a part of her artist development class, like, or
she
her
said
school.
that she just saw some local artist rapping and she just went up there.
Yeah, she probably just has to do that. Like, it's like one of those things, because in my head, I'm looking at it as like how people who were just coming in the game and they had to go perform at malls. Remember Greenbrier at that stage?
Yes, that's how I saw Intune let me tell you, Greenbrier had the talent now.
Yeah, see what I'm
Underground.
Saying? Yeah,
and it's a lot of people, at least our generation. We can all recall a time we saw somebody perform in these areas free at that.
Yeah,
and who they end up becoming. But you're right when you mention the artist development thing. The problem is anybody can upload an album tomorrow.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So it cut out all the middlemen, and you would think that the true talent will shine through, but people are attracted to gimmicks and funny stuff, and whether it's serious or not, that's what gets paid, especially in a world where streams equate to revenue. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because if it was just, I can't even talk. If it was still based on sales, I don't think it would be that. I don't know. I feel like the trash wouldn't prevail as much.
Yeah, no. I mean, we live in a digital world, so when it comes to things that are digital, it's easily for people to learn how to finesse it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we have some really smart people in this world that know how to work all types of stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
it's easy.
Like,
I mean, even when I look at like the transitions and stuff people do on TikTok, it's stuff that people who have to be like a serious film producer to know how to do.
That's how people thought about us on MySpace when we was doing them daggone codes.
Right. And now it's way more complex.
So now I'm like looking at these people on TikTok, it's like, how do you do this? Like, how
no, for real, it's like, okay, never mind. I be actually looking at the videos, the how-to videos, but I don't never actually want to do it.
Yeah. I have to look at videos on how to upload YouTube videos. I want to vlog this trip. I don't have a camera, but I was just gonna go to Best Buy and get a camera. Let me tell y'all, just off subject. I always bash people that use Klarna, but she's that girl.
Oh, baby,
definitely gonna use Klarna for a camera.
Listen, as long as you're not making it to where that's how you pay for everything, and because it's like, what's the point? Yeah. Like, just pay for it.
I spent so much money this last month. Do
what you gotta do. Listen, the thing is, it's different when you ain't got it.
Yeah, no, I have the money to pay for it, but I don't want to just come out of pocket $800 for that camera right now. Maybe. I wish Klarna allows you to like pay stuff off though.
What you mean?
Like in advance. Like say for instance, if I put something on Klarna payments and I'm like, okay, I'll just pay the rest of this balance off.
You can't just give them the rest of the money?
Mm-mm. Well, at least I don't know how. I tried. Because I put something on Klarna because the way it works is that they don't run your credit. You have to build credit through them. So the more that you use it, the higher your limit is. Oh. So they give you like a starter limit. So my starter limit was like $400. And so now that my payments are, coming out of my account, they see that, okay, well, we can trust them. Now it's up $800. And then like if I do something else, it'll go.
And then the other ones are like that too? All of them? Do they all do like 4 installments of 4? Is that how they go?
Yeah, usually like that, but I think Affirm and the other ones, they actually run your credit. Klarna is the one that doesn't.
So, okay, for today's, I guess you could say the main time, we want to talk about something that's very present and like basically Porsha Williams brought the internet, okay?
Yeah, and she's still breaking it.
She's still breaking it right now. So actually on Mother's Day, y'all, which was this past Sunday, there was a picture posted from Porsha's account, which was her and her baby daddy and ex-fiance Dennis, who we didn't know if he was her ex or not. And then Simon Guobadia, who is the ex. Okay, because now it's a lot. Let me explain this to people who might not watch. So there's Real Housewives of Atlanta. And there's Porsha Williams, okay, who is a main character on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was engaged to Dennis, who is the owner of Queen Virgin Remy and the Hot Dog Factory and several other things.
I was about to say, he owns something else too that I go to.
Yeah, probably. And he's worth $10 million, allegedly. Okay, so Porsha and Dennis have broken up, gotten back together, blah, 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 blah. And then she had this big scandal on the season of this season of Real Housewives where she was allegedly had sex with a stripper named Bolo, which was semi-confirmed on the reunion, but that's neither here nor there. Now, anyway, also on this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta is this beautiful black woman by the name of Fallyn Guobadia, who is married to a $40 million oil restaurant, everything else owner named Simon Guobadia. And they were married, obviously, but after the season aired, it had been rumored that they were having a relationship problems. They were going to see a divorce. Okay. Now, they did confirm this divorce. It seemed as if Fallyn was caught cheating on Simon. That's what it sounded like he was saying, but he didn't officially say it verbatim. And so, okay, cool, blah, 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 whatever, on to the next. Now, we only saw Fallyn maybe 2 or 3 times, so she wasn't even somebody that we wanted to see more of her, but it just was like, okay, whatever, on to the next season. Anyway, on Mother's Day, Porsha posted a picture with Simon and Dennis, but she was looking very friendly with Dennis. Had her hands on his stomach. She had a ring on her finger.
Simon?
Yeah, Simon. I said Dennis. My bad. She was looking cuddled up with Simon with her baby daddy Dennis on her other side, and then she had an engagement ring on her finger. So when you see the picture, people was like, "Now hold on, why she so close to Simon?" Oh, I guess her and Dennis back engaged. You know what I'm saying? It's like all these things, because and I'm thinking like, okay, maybe she just was. Sometimes you be touchy feely with people when you having fun. So maybe they just snapped that picture and she thought she looked cute in that picture, so that's the one she posted. Okay, like people was talking about it, but it was not like giving that much because we already know her history with Dennis. So why would we think otherwise? Okay, cool. Honey, the gates of earth. I don't even know what if it was heaven or H-double hockey sticks. But basically, Porsha made a post saying, "Hey, I'm with Simon. We only been dating for a month, and we head over heels. He is not with Fallyn no more. Their divorce is settled, and me and her are not friends." Now, mind y'all, Fallyn was on the show as Porsha's friend. Now, I know that might not always be literal, but tread lightly. The optics is not given. So anyway, y'all, basically that's what happened. And then Simon comes back and makes his own post and kind of reconfirms what she said. And then they confirm that they're engaged. Okay. A mess. The internet broke, y'all. The internet broke. Do you hear me? Everybody's going crazy. This is trifling. This is messy because, like I said on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Porsha is Fallon's friend, and they clearly know each other. First of all, Fallon said out of her mouth on Candy's show, Speak On It, this is why I love Candy, a businesswoman, because stuff always circle back to her show. But basically, Fallon said that her husband Simon and Dennis knew each other because they're both entrepreneurs. They're both in the restaurant industry. They both rich.
Yeah.
And so she said that her and Porsha had met. So I think because of that, the show was just kind of like, all right, you're going to come on as Porsha's friend. Okay. So basically it was like, we're not friends, but we do know each other. But on the show, Porsha was for sure up in their house, for sure up in their pool, for sure clearly see that these two are married. And it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, I mean, obviously you don't have to be friends with somebody for y'all to be friendly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially for y'all men to be friends with each other and for Simon and Dennis to actually be really cool with each other. So anyway, so basically that's what happened. So now Porsha is with Fallon's man, and her baby daddy and Simon are cool with it. It's just really odd. And so the whole internet just been in shambles about it because it's like crazy. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I had really grown to really like Porsha, but I don't like this situation. I'm not okay with it. Number one, ain't no way y'all just start talking in a month. And honestly, I can low-key believe because Porsha moves so fast in relationships. It happens on the show every single time. I be like, dang, how much does this girl love herself? And that's no shade, but it's like, you can't possibly think you're ready to marry this man who's divorced now 3 times.
Yeah.
And then, according to a post that Fallon made today, they're not even officially a divorce. It's just too much. Then this other girl come out the blue, this light-skinned girl with a bad synthetic wig, was posting pictures with him in his car, talking about that they had met on March 30th, been kicking it up until she saw the post about Porsha. It's just a whole lot, y'all. It's a lot. It's messy. It is premium quality TV. Okay, it's messy.
I definitely think so. Let me just start off by saying that I don't watch Housewives, so I'll be halfway lost. I don't know who Fallon is. I know who Porsha is, obviously, but I don't know who Fallon is. Let me just say that for one, I don't even think that. I think that this is something for TV, but
you don't think it's real?
I mean, realistically, it probably is.
Got to be.
It's probably real.
This is some love and hip hop type of drama.
Yeah, no, it really is. It's real deep, but I'm sure that Bravo is eating this up because the show hasn't really been getting that many good ratings.
This season was the lowest. Yeah, they start back filming, I think next month. So please, Andy, go ahead and fly your producers back.
Yeah, they ready. So let me just say, for starters, I understand that we living in a different time, and I know that people are a lot open with their relationships, and it's so many different types of relationships that I didn't really know about before, i.e. polyamorous relationships, open relationships, things of that nature, you know? So in my head, when I'm seeing it, the first thing that came to mind was, I'm like, are they in a polyamorous relationship?
That's
like,
what
is
it was
she
giving
dating
them
both
pictures.
of them?
Yeah, because she even shot in her caption, she shouted out them as co-parenting baby PJ.
Yeah.
Baby PJ gonna be on that PJ.
I also remember, like when I was younger, it was a lot of people, and people do this now. It was a lot of people getting in relationships and marriages as like money security. Mm-hmm. So I think that in a situation like that, Fallon, it could have been a situation where she was doing the same thing with him and it didn't work. It didn't really work out. So Porsha was like, okay, well, it's my turn.
Yeah, I don't really know her like that. Fallon has her own money, but I have not seen anything like alluding to what exactly her businesses are.
Yeah, he probably gave it to her.
Let Toya tell it, which is actually true. She got 3 baby daddies.
Who?
Fallon.
Oh, wow.
No kids by Simon, but let the internet tell it, her and Porsha both pregnant off of Simon, but we don't know that yet. Go ahead.
Yeah. Porsha is definitely giving, that's what I was about to say too. Like, she just probably, I think that it's a situation where Porsha is just trying to secure multiple bags outside of her own, and it's not even like a personal thing, even though I don't agree with it. Like, that's just not something that I do, but I wouldn't be, I watch people like Black China do this type of stuff all the time. You just wouldn't expect that from Porsha. You like that? I mean, or at least I wouldn't think so, because in my head, Porsha Luther King wouldn't do that.
Not Hosea Williams' granddaughter.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So you would never think that, but also, I mean, it's just not uncommon, like especially in the South. Like, that's just like a thing to have, like a older, rich boyfriend or husband that's gonna take care of you. Don't matter who he tied to, what he do. He got money and he spoiling you. He taking care of you. That's all that matters.
This the thing. Porsha falls in love after 10 seconds. It happens every time. And it don't even
Do she really be in love, though? See, I don't watch shows, so I don't know.
I think she be in love. I do. And they don't always be rich either. She came up with Dennis. I'm not going to flex. But there was a guy before him whose name was, I think his name was Todd. Not to be confused with Tucker. But this guy
had much to say, too.
I know, and I wish he wouldn't have because he don't normally speak out.
Yeah.
But from what I remember correctly, this one guy named Todd who lived in D.C. who already had his own kids, who was not somebody having money like that. He just dated Porsha a long time ago. He came back in her life, and I think she really wanted a baby. And she even came up with a baby contract. Like, basically saying that this man, all he had to do was sign the contract and he don't have to have no rights to their child because she wanted a child that bad. And then before that, she was with, what's that guy name? The retired football player? Cordell Stewart. And she didn't get her baby. I think she had miscarriage. Like, it just didn't work out. This man obviously had some money or whatever the case is. But she even shifted her character to be with him. Like, she wasn't even the same kind of person. And then with Dennis, she met him and they were engaged very shortly after. Like, she didn't even on the show. They were asking simple questions like where he was from. I think it was like where he was from, what school he went to. She was like, honey, I don't know. I don't have time for that. I don't even care. I'm just having a good time. Like, I just love this man. Like, she was like, people was just kind of, oh, this is what happened. Basically, he got several women's name tattooed on him. Including hers. And so Candy was basically like, listen, he do this a lot. He got my homegirl and they had got some beef over it. But Porsha was basically like, I don't want to hear nothing about none of that because I don't want to know. I just want to have fun. And she was madly in love and this man proposed to her. And obviously it didn't work out because y'all don't even know each other. And my thing about stuff like that, people that move on fast in relationships, I feel like they always have toxic situations because you do not know this person. You don't know how they respond to anger, how they make decisions, how much they really care about you. Anybody, like, marriage is permanent. So you just, and then on top of that, it's hard for me to believe that you and him just started dating a month ago. I just don't believe. Either y'all been eyeing and spying this whole time, or you just saying that for the sake of court records with his divorce proceedings. Yeah,
she definitely been plotting. There's no way that, well, it could be a way. Because, I mean, I watch it all the time.
Yeah, because she moves quick. Don't get me wrong.
It could be a way. But, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I see stuff like this all the time. It doesn't make it right at all, and I'm not in agreement with it, and I don't support it whatsoever. But it's not me. It's not for me. I don't do it, and I don't support people that do stuff like that.
Have you ever failed for somebody that fast?
I'm gonna be honest. When I date people, it really takes me a minute to even build trust because I've had, like, in the beginning of me starting dating, I had some really bad dating experiences. Like, I've had, like, the first person I ever dated seriously was cheating on me with two people that I knew.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Double homicide.
It was actually like triple. It was like triple because it was a situation. Keep in mind, I'm like 17, 18. We not only did we all work together, but then they tried to talk to me. So I'm like, what kind of situation is this? Like, I don't know. It was just really weird. So now after that, I just didn't trust nobody. So now it takes me a minute to build trust. So I don't move fast. I've done that with one person. We just kind of like moved a bit too fast for my liking, but it wasn't like a month. Like Porsha was probably like 3 months. And I was like, okay, well, I trust you. You trust me. I like you. I like you. You like me. Let's just do this. But
yeah. Me, I'm the same. Yeah. So I was actually raised on the ends ain't ish motto. So I already knew what it was given before it was time to tap into the dating pond. But I will say, if I meet a guy, I will get excited about him, but I do not show it. I'm not gonna make him think he got that kind of benefit. But when I'm at home, I'm low key refreshing my web browser or whatever social media was back then and see if we posted. But it was never like outwardly showcased. But I just, like you said, you gotta build trust. Like, to me, I gotta be convinced that you are stable, because that is, friend or dating.
See, that's why I messed up at.
But see, how young were you though? Because I was young. Sometimes I think that really matters, because I remember when I was in college and I had those kind of standards, and a guy tried to tell me, like, you ain't even got that going on. But in my mind, I needed a man. Not that I was wrong for asking for that, but it was kind of unfair for me to be 19, 20 years old thinking I'm finna just, not that it was impossible, but it just wasn't likely that I'm just finna find somebody with all their ducks in a row and I ain't even got a car to drive.
Yeah.
But yeah, it takes a lot for me to build trust. And in my view of trust is, can I see this being long term? Because I know people be like, oh, don't date to do this, date to just get to know the person. But to me, getting to know is like, all right, if I'm gonna continue to invest time in us hanging out and stuff like that, I don't want to just be hanging out and then one day it don't work out. I need to have a mindset right now, like, okay, he handles his money well, he's respectful, he's stable, he ain't got no children, and he's nice, or whatever the case is. So to me, that's enough for me to like continue to pursue it. But when I feel like stuff like this, it's like, how well do you know he got a lot of money?
Yeah.
But how does he treat women? And do you want to marry somebody? Because now both of y'all finna be in your third, fourth marriage, one or the other. And and Simon talk a lot on the internet. Like I didn't know he was getting down like that, but he went on live addressing the divorce. It's just like, I don't know. So I don't know. To me, that just seems like too much.
Yeah, it is a lot. But sad to say, money is very controlling. Like people will,
and attractive.
It is very attractive, but I know that it's a lot of people that will do a lot of things for money.
Yeah, for sure.
I just look at situations like the Claremont twins. Like I feel like it took me a really long time to understand them. Like I knew them for a long time, and I always knew that it was something different about them, like just the way they maneuver through life. But the surgery, everything that they do is very intentional, because they try to, what it is they're trying to do is they're looking for like the bimbo look.
Yeah.
Like to me, it reminds me of like Pamela Anderson from like,
yeah, I get big old
the
titties,
90s,
big lips,
very exaggerated features and like very dumb blondish.
I wonder how they meetings go, because they got to get the same thing. Like, do they be like?
And they've always been like that. Like they literally buy stuff together. I didn't watch them on Bad Girls Club, so I only knew them from their social media presence. Yeah, like they always just buy the same stuff. Like they've always been that type to just do what, like one person get the nipples pierced, they got to do it. Both of them got to do it. Like it's just something that both of them did.
One gonna jump off the bridge, the other one gonna jump off too.
Yeah,
probably.
Let's go, sister. But no, that's how it is. But in my head, I'm like, they had a motive from the beginning. I feel like that's that thing. Because in my head, I'm like, and I could be wrong, that's just me prejudging them. But in my head, I'm like, child, they don't want no relationship. They looking for
the bag.
Exactly.
And sometimes, for real, I think about this. Because I know people who literally, they will just be with somebody for money. And I'd be wondering, do they really want love, though? Like, what is it? What deep down do they really want love, or do they love money enough to put it over love? I guess, like, cause for me, I don't like changing relationships. That don't mean I'm gonna stick around in a bad one, but all they getting to know, it's like that's why I have to be very intentional about like how I vet somebody before we start dating, because it's like I don't want to be going through all this wasted time and all the other stuff. But when you value material things that much, like, can you really be happy? Are you happy?
No,
a lot of these dudes with money they're not the best kind of partners to have.
I think that ultimately they just want to be able to live the lifestyle they want to live without having to do anything. So they getting guys who don't mind wasting money on them or spending money on them and giving them everything they want in exchange for pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A little hand job.
Yeah, it's like, it's so many people that's like that. Like I have clients
it's working
like
out
that
for them. But sometimes I hear that these guys end up being abusive, or they bring back stuff, or they have babies on you, they embarrass you. It's just like, to me, that's what I be wondering. Like, okay, yes, the money is nice, but it's just like back to the Asian doll and Jada thing. Like, so you don't really care about love and feeling value. You want things that have value, or to perceive value anyway.
And both of them, and see, people in that situation, they came from I don't know about Jada's backstory, but I do know that Asian doll came from like poverty. Like her mom was like in and out of jail, so was her dad, brothers and stuff like that.
And see, when you come from background like that, it's hard to care about stuff or people.
Yeah, and it is. It's hard. And I know a lot of people that are detached from love because they never really received it. Yeah. Especially coming from an environment like that. It's like you don't really even know where to start when it comes to loving people. But in your head, you like, I need to be well off. I need to have this. I need to look like this. I need to make sure that, blah, blah, blah. So it makes you kind of like, almost like city girlish, because in a situation with them, they grew up like that. Like they didn't really grow up with parents who, like Carisha's mama definitely was in prison and JT's mom, whatever they had going on. So now that they're older, they didn't really have like, they probably don't know how to love. And I'm like in my head, I'm like, this stuff is really fun to rap about, and it's actually like you supposed to. In my head, the way men treat women, I don't care about nothing that they say. Nothing that they say bothers me. But in a way, I'm like, dang, do they want to be in love though?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like, dang, do you really want love? Like for real, like, dude.
Are you satisfied with just getting money?
I want to believe that they not, but it is nice to have things to put off that image. I feel like all this ties into the image. It's like the image, like that's what you want to look like. I really feel bad for these kids that are born out of these situations. Like in Porsha's case, you want a kid so bad that you willing to deal, like you willing to have this man sign away his rights of your child having two parents in their life, not in the household. They don't have to be in the same household, but it's like that is so important, and you was really willing to get rid of that, and then you find this man and you ready to plan a whole life with him because he got this money. But Porsha actually got stuff going on for herself. That's what's crazy to me. I'm like, you actually are a prize.
Yeah.
Like, why are you going through this and putting your child through this?
She just, I don't know. She just, honestly, and in my head, I'm like,
maybe she don't believe that. Maybe she don't think she is.
I mean, that could be the case too. Like some people just genuinely don't probably feel like they're worthy of that.
Yeah.
And that's a thing too. But honestly, I also noticed that it's been situations like people who come from nice families and good backgrounds. They also have a lot of unreleased trauma for some reason too. Like people who grow up with parents that are like pastors and stuff like that, they always be the worst kids, and they be doing them bad.
They have so many restrictions.
Yeah, so I feel like in a way, this is like her just releasing that, because she definitely grew up in the house. Like her granddaddy is a
icon,
well-known
civil rights icon. Yeah. I mean, but I did not look at her sister, who seems a little. I mean, I don't know much about Lauren. Don't get me wrong, but I get like tamed vibes from her.
She also is not in the media as much as her.
She's not, but the few times she's been on TV, I'm like, oh wow, they like opposites.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and also sometimes people can have the same access in the same household and live two completely paths. See, me and my brother. All right. So, I think.
Oh my God.
It's just, I don't know. It's really sad, honestly. And I know that I've always been super independent, so that's why it's hard for me to relate to people that want these things from men. Because I don't ever want to be in a position where somebody can take away the things that I enjoy. I wish you would. Don't play with me.
I've grown. I wasn't always an independent person, only because I grew up in a household where I like depended on my mom for everything. I'm lying, because when I turned like 16, I was old enough to get a job. I got a job because I didn't want my mama to be able to dictate what I can and cannot do. Like as far as my phone, like my mom used to take my phone so much, and that was like her thing. Like she'll take my cell phone. So I'm like,
you don't pay that bill?
Yeah. So if I'm working for it, you can't say nothing.
Yeah,
but even when I got a job, my mom was like, "Don't spend your money on no phone bill. Don't spend your money on no phone." I'm like, "How you gonna tell me what to do with my money that I'm going to work?"
Did you work them 14 hours pressing roller coaster buttons?
No.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, I guess you can say I was an independent person, but I think that at one point in time I was very needy because I couldn't do nothing. Like I couldn't really get a job because of my criminal record. So once I figured it out and just realized like I can just be an entrepreneur and just work for myself, and I ain't got to run my own background check, I was like, you know what? You
should go to prison and teach them how to do makeup so they can get out and be makeup artists.
But you know what? A lot of people who do get out of prison, they end up being barbers.
Yeah, they do.
They like do barber.
I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, I mean, because it's definitely a business out here for everybody to do that. But now that I am independent and now that I'm able to make my own money and set my own schedule and stuff like that, now that I'm even thinking about dating or entertaining the idea of dating, I have so many different standards that I didn't have before, because I think that before in my head I was just being too like, I didn't always have it. I wasn't always this and I wasn't always there, blah, blah, blah. So who am I to say like, oh, I can't mess with nobody if they ain't got this, and this and that.
Yeah, but
now I'm like, you know what?
When I didn't have it though, I wanted somebody to have it so that I could help get myself. But it wasn't like a using type of thing. It's like if I want to go on, like, okay, for example, when I was like fresh in college, I didn't have no car. I was living with my mama. So of course I want a man who got a house and a car, so we can go on dates and not be on the MARTA bus, and we don't got to get no hotel room off of hotels.com.
Oh my God, this is so specific.
It is, because that's what I had to do.
Okay.
But it wasn't from no gold digger perspective, but I always wanted my man to be somewhat of a provider, and not like provide 100%, but it's attractive to me for a man to be able to do for me and stuff like that.
Yeah, that is true. And now I realize that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Honestly, if I have my own place at 32, if I have my own car at 32, I hate to be that person and just be like,
don't hate to be, because that is the bare minimum.
Yeah.
For real.
I'm like, your own
even
house.
if they have a roommate, and there's nothing wrong with roommates. I'm just saying, because there was a discussion recently about that. Like, if he over this age, if he got a roommate, it's really not even that serious. It could be, every case is different.
Yeah.
But please have a car, a roof over your head, and a car. Please. At the very, don't be talking about I hate to be, you love to be that person.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I mean, it's definitely on my list. I'm just like, if I'm able to have you in my apartment and cook dinner, chill, whatever, I should be able to come to yours and do the same thing.
Absolutely. That is the bare. I'd rather you be broke from paying your bills than to be.
Yeah, it's a difference. It's a difference. It's a difference. Because like, if you just broke just to be broke and you don't got nothing to show for it, then it's so unattractive. But I can understand you like, dang, I probably got to get a second job because, you know, my bills is getting a lot and this is da-da-da-da. But at least you able to even do that much, because especially out here in my community, it's something about the black gay community in Atlanta that everybody just wants to be stars and they want to be like,
that's crazy,
famous and
because
whatever, and they don't want to work.
Think that being popular and making income is the easy way out, and it looks fun. So it's like,
it's not though,
right? You know, I was just telling a friend today, I love working for the man. I am not an entrepreneur.
Yeah, and you know what? I realize that it's not for everybody. And honestly, I'm being real, if I didn't have the criminal background that I had, I probably would still have a job. Yeah, like to this day. Yeah. It's just a simple fact that I can't do that. So me just venturing out and just doing what I love to do and be able to make money for it, first of all, that's a blessing in itself. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I understand that everybody isn't awarded that opportunity and everybody can't really handle that, because my life is very like random. Like I'll literally go from, oh yeah, I can do this because I have off days, and then next thing you know, I'm booked for 6 magazine shoots and I have to fly to 4 different cities and blah, 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 you know, whatever.
See, I don't mind a little passive income on the side, but I can't be no full-time entrepreneur just because of stuff like that. Like, I like knowing my days off. I like knowing I'm going to have a paycheck no matter what. Obviously I can lose my job, but for the most part, if I keep doing the same thing daily, sometimes less, I will still get paid the exact same thing every 2 weeks. And I'm okay with that. Yeah.
No, that is true. Now, because it'll be some days, and that's why it's good that I've learned how to save my money, because it'll be sometimes, you know, you'll make like $600-$700 a week, and then there's sometimes you'll make $6,000 a week.
Oh Jesus, I'll be ready to. Yeah, is there HR for entrepreneurs? I'll be calling HR. Don't play with me.
Like, it's literally, and then like right now, it's just so irritating because certain companies pay out, and I never understand that. That's another thing. The net 30s and stuff like that.
Yeah, that is some crazy stuff. Why I don't see why they can't just write.
And it'd be like major companies.
But see, checks be bouncing.
eBay, if you listen to this right now, you got about 6 more days.
Oh my God.
Count them.
Yeah, I don't understand. You think they just doing it because they can take advantage of it because they don't have to have you on payroll? There has to be a reason.
I never understood it. Honestly, never could come up with a logical reason of why they do this type of stuff. But most major companies, they, instead of paying you out immediately, you have to go through payroll. I mean, I guess they treat it like a regular job. I mean, because
do they though? Because all the people I know that get paid once a month are teachers in certain school systems, and even then their pay is pretty much guaranteed. Yeah. My thing is, it should be some kind of way where I can like transfer funds or something. I mean, it just makes sense.
I don't know. I don't know what's the reason, but I'm literally waiting on like 4 invoices to get paid, and once they drop, I'm gonna be good. I ain't not good right now.
That's crazy.
But,
well, I hope you get your money soon, cause we won't have to call y'all out again.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So, but also USPS count your days too. I'm sorry. Count your days. I hear so many
complaints about USPS and FedEx, and to be fair, USPS is struggling. They have their own issues right now, but that don't justify.
Stop losing my stuff though.
What's the item and what's the update?
Okay, so for my birthday this year, I wanted some Rick Owens. Like, I don't know if people are familiar with the brand. I know it's like really popular now because JT is wearing it. But if you do have a background in the familiarity, and you're familiar with Rick Owens, they've literally been making the same shoe since we went to Barter.
Yeah, I wouldn't know, but I do recall the name.
Like, they literally have been making the same shoe for like 10 years. So Rick Owens is a brand that just really never goes out of style, but I could never afford it. So now that I'm able to afford it, I'm like, you know what? I found some that were on sale. I'm going to buy them for my birthday. That's going to be my gift to myself. I bought 2 pair. One came and one is out of space somewhere.
So it's for your next birthday.
Yeah. So I'm in the process of filing a claim for that pair because it wasn't USPS's fault. It was Canadian, whatever their postal service, because I got them from Canada. Mm-hmm. So they have to deal with that. Is in outside of the US, of course, COVID is still like
rampant.
Yeah. So their postal services and stuff like that are really different than ours. But yeah, so I'm dealing with that. And then I ordered a shirt from one of my friends' brands, and I mistakenly put my old address, which is still fine because my friends still live there. My friends still live there. So if it got sent over there, I could just go pick it up.
Okay.
But I forwarded my mail from that house to my new apartment. So whenever I get mail there in packages, instead of them delivering it, they just forward it to my apartment. And so what happened was they delivered it and they saw that it wasn't supposed to be there, so they forwarded it to the new address, and it's been forwarded since April 6th. Yeah, so it's nowhere to be found.
Recently. You know that nameplate I posted that my friend got me? It said like finesser.
Yeah.
That happened. So she had actually put the wrong city for my address, right street and all that. And apparently there's an equivalent of my address down the street, basically.
Oh.
And so it ended up going there. It said delivered in mailbox. But anyway, she had to order me another one, and naturally in true Alicia fashion, I got the other one. But it took a month. It took a little month.
Oh, you got the original one.
I got 2 now, yeah. Because she ordered a replacement, but then theirs, they end up getting to me, but it literally took a month, like a whole month for me to get.
And that's what I'm afraid of. Like, I don't want to file a claim and then it end up coming, because these are one-of-a-kind shirts, and they were, like, limited edition, so it's not like I can get another one. That's the part that's pissing me off. And I'm like, I don't even know what to do.
Have you spoken with USPS?
So I went to the one in Decatur, because it literally doesn't say it left there.
Yeah.
I went there. They was like, oh, you need to go to the one by your house, because if it said forwarded, then it left us, which I know is a lie. Because if it would have got to the one by my house, it would have said it on the thing to say, hey, it arrived at this facility.
Scan it,
yeah. But the post office by my house is very, like, ever since I've been living in this apartment and I've been putting the right address, I haven't had issues. This is like the first time, and it's so bad that it's like 2 things that I need for my birthday.
Call them and see if you can get some support on the phone, because that might be the easiest, just because I've had some situations with my mail, as you know. Oh, Jesus, it's triggering. Yeah. But they will be maybe they can have a better view on what's going on, and then you can still, if you have to, file the claim. You can file it through the post office, because packages with tracking are insured. So whatever you need to do, do it. But I understand you not wanting to get it anyway because you want to support that person's business. But at the end of the day, you pay for a product, you didn't get it, and it's not the retailer's problem. But I'm just saying that's just how the insured package.
It's just a mess. Like, I really wanted that, so I went today to the one by my house, and they told me, she was like, you just gonna have to file a claim. So I'm like, okay, can I get the application for a PO box, please?
Oh yeah, please do. Now PO box gonna change the game.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get a PO box.
Get the smallest one, because no matter what,
the only ones available is the $80 one.
Well, it's like $80 a year though, right?
6 months. It ain't bad. I don't mind paying for it.
Yeah, I paid $70 for 6 months. Yeah, it's not bad. It's when the benefit is worth it.
Yeah.
But
so now I'm having a PO box.
Yeah, there you go. That's smart, and you can put it in your bio and get free stuff. So
that was the plan.
Okay, so let's wrap up this week's episode, y'all. I don't have anything to add. I am going. Oh, actually, no, I'm not going to talk about what I'm doing this week, because then you're going to know. So next week, I'll talk about what I'm going to do this week.
So this week is my birthday, y'all. My birthday is in 2 days. I am turning 20.
Okay.
Oh, I'm lying.
We were born the same year, so go ahead.
I'm lying. I was turning 32. I was going to say 23.
Oh, I thought so, because I won't stop you at a lie.
Oh, I was reading something that says, anywho, I'm turning 32 on Thursday. I am going to Dominican Republic on this weekend for a few days, and it is much needed, because let me tell you something. This year has been very busy. It's been very hectic for me, very busy. I've been all over the place. I need to get away. And I ain't had no air for the last week.
No air.
I just need to get away. The air fixed now, though. Honestly, when I got home from getting my hair done. That air was fixed. I just sat there. I laid down, and next thing you know, I was waking up, and it was 3:30.
Oh my god!
I was like, dang, I fell asleep.
I hope you give yourself enough time to rest before and after this trip. Because one thing I always mess up and do is I request 5 days off for my trip, and on the 5th day be my last. Then I gotta go to work the next day, and then I be drained.
So let me look and see if I got something scheduled. I'll probably do that, like just take a day off
at least the first half of the day, so you can sleep in and stuff.
Yeah, so, Friday I definitely have off. Only thing I have to. Well, no, I'm getting my haircut on my birthday because I might do something on my birthday. I might actually do like a little bowling party or something. I love going bowling. I wanted to have a dinner, but I know entirely too many people to have a dinner. I would have to rent out the whole restaurant.
Do axe throwing. I want to do that.
I thought about that
it's
actually.
Right down the street too, Marietta, right by.
But is it like you can make reservations there?
Yeah, you can make reservations. You can rent a 2-hour lane. I forgot how much. I think it's expensive though. It might be like 40 something per person. Look around. The one down the street, I think, is
Everything is expensive because I actually want to do the Painted Pen. You ever been in there?
Yeah, I've been there before. It's nice.
It's so nice, but I didn't know they don't do reservations. It's like it's first come, first serve. I don't want to gamble.
And if you go on a weekday, yeah.
I just want somewhere we can we don't have to dress up for real. Like everybody can be relaxed. They can drink.
Bike ride on the Beltline. Okay.
No.
All right.
Inside.
There's some pottery classes, some candle making classes over at
Do they have availability for
I don't know
30 people?
Anyways, all right, y'all. That's this week's episode. Holla at your girl.
Holla at your girl and your burl and your birthday whirl and your swirl.
Merle is the color of a dog. Anyways, bye.